All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Track Night Tuesday. We are with the American Short Track Association once again. Got Legends cars on the racetrack this evening. Looks like 17 cars signed in for action this evening. Little pre-race practice going on. I believe we'll have 2 heat races this evening. Right now, your quickest car in pre-race practice, the 19 of Philip Temples, with a 15.614 second lap time. The track pretty full right now. Looks like we've got 14 cars on track at this point. So these drivers just trying to get in as many quick laps as they possibly can. Right now, like I said, atop the board, it's Philip Temples at 15.614 seconds. Philip driving the 19 machine. Second quick right now, Kyle Frame, the 15.696. Kyle is out of New Albany, Indiana, driving the 39 car. Airborne Graphics, Technique, Enlisted Arms, and Kyle Frame Racing sponsoring the number 39 car. The Old Man's Motorsports Legends Series on the racetrack this evening. Track Night Tuesday coming at you from raceontexas.com. You can catch us on our YouTube streaming live. And then coming up, also on the ticket this evening, we'll have Dave's Muskie Club Cup Series. Both races, taking place this evening at Texas Motor Speedway. The Legends car is going to be, of course, on the Legends Oval. And then we will have the K&N Pro Chevrolet Impalas taking to the full oval at Texas Motor Speedway for the Dave's Muskie Club Cup Series. Right now, looks like Ronald Henry now topping the charts in pre-race practice with a 15.553 second effort. They call him Frenchie. He's out of Gatineau, Quebec, Canada. Quebec. Lone Star Texas Grill, which is in Ottawa, is sponsoring the 75 machine this evening. Ron, a real-life kart racer, has competed professionally and internationally, actually racing down in Brazil. Has raced with the likes of Rubens Barrichello, Tony Kanaan, and Christian Fittipaldi, just to name a few. So a lot of real-life racing experience in the cockpit of the 75 machine tonight, and that looks like pre-race practice going to come to a close. So that's going to move us on into our heat races here for the Old Man Motorsports Legends Series. We'll get the cars out on the racetrack for heat race number 1, get you the lineup here in just a moment. Once again, we want to thank the American Short Track Association for having us out again this evening to bring you some pretty good, actually, some really good iRacing action. Of course, if you missed the action on Sunday night, we ran the American Short Track Association Street Stocks, the Slideways Karting Center Dirt Midgets, and the Patriot Graphics UMP Modifieds at the dirt track at Charlotte. You can check out those videos on our YouTube channel at raceontexas.com's YouTube channel. To bring you some pretty good. Looks like we're getting set to go here pretty soon with heat race number 1. I suspect with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 cars entered in for this evening's competition in the Old Man Motorsports Legends Car Series. I suspect there will be 2 heat races. Looks like we're getting set to go here pretty soon with heat race. And we will be going for 40 laps this evening for the main event. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 cars. Just as soon as we get the lineups all sorted out, we'll get the cars out on the racetrack for heat race number 1. Once again, 2 heat races going to be coming at you this evening. And we'll turn them loose for 40 laps on the Legends Oval at Texas Motor Speedway for the main event this evening. Some of the guys that competed Sunday night on dirt making the trek out here on Tuesday night, track night Tuesday. Taken to the pavement this evening. Looks like heat race number 1 rolling on to the racing surface right now. I see Double B, Brian Beach in the 18 car. Going to be making his way to the racetrack. Raced with us all night Sunday night. Sunday night speed out at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we got a heat race winner from Sunday night as well. Rich Blake taking heat race number 1 in the dirt street stocks. The American Short Track Association Street Stocks. He's going to be piloting the Sunoco Race Fuels number 8 machine. Looks like Rich going to be inside row number 1. He's going to be alongside Christopher Hockley in the 14 car.
Outside, man.
And then it looks like Michael Massey going to be inside row number 2 in the 45 car out of Beeville, Texas. He'll be alongside Double B in the 18 car. Looks like third row back on the inside going to be the 60 car of Brian Neff, the Winn-Dixie sponsored entry. And we are also joined by the 38 of Mr. Rick Gibson for heat race number 1. And the green is out. We're off of turn number 4, and Blake with a great run down into turn number 1. Looks like Hockley going to be in second spot right now as we come up at turn number 2. Down the backstretch into turn 3. It's still Blake out front, Hockley in second. Third spot right now looks to be Michael Massey in the 45. A good battle going on for 4th between the 60 of Brian Neff and the 18 of Double B. Brian Beach looks like he's stuck on the outside right now, not really where you want to be on this tiny Legends Oval at Texas Motor Speedway. We jump back up. Oh, we've got contact in the back. Brian Beach going around at the top of turn number 3. Gets it gathered back up. We're going to stay green. Your leader with 4 laps complete is still the 8 car of Rich Blake. Hockley in second. It looks like third now belongs to Mr. Brian Neff. Absolutely, Brian Neff in the Winn-Dixie sponsored number 60 machine in third spot. A good lead right now for Rich Blake, about a straightaway advantage. He lays the keys on the front desk and starts to check out on the rest of the field. Second spot still Hockley in the 14 machine. Then it's Brian Neff. Actually, Neff with the second quickest car on the racetrack right now. 15.942 second effort from the 60 car of Brian Neff. Back up front still Rich Blake in the top spot. 7 laps complete that time by. Off of turn number 2, once again down the backstretch into turn number 3. Rich Blake still your leader. The fastest car on the track now, the 60 of Brian Neff. It looks like that is going to conclude heat race number 1, ladies and gentlemen. So the win going to go to Rich Blake. Second spot was Brian Neff. Good run to those drivers in heat race number 1 for Old Man Motorsports, Legends cars here at Texas Motor Speedway. Heat race number 2 should be coming out shortly. As soon as those drivers hit the racetrack, we will get you the lineup. Right now you see the guys parking back into pit row. And we're now rolling for heat race number 2. Maybe splitting this up into 3 heat races tonight with only 6 cars in the first one. I suspect we'll have a 6-6-5 set up here. It looks like Jacob M. Williams rolling out on the inside of row number 1 in heat race number 2, the STP sponsored number 32 machine. He'll be alongside the 73 of Mr. Eric Spencer. Next row back on the inside will be Bob Burlew in the 66 alongside Martin Karch in the 1 car. Third row back on the inside is Darren Clement in the 07 machine and Nicholas Wing in the 99, and we are green off of 4. And Williams getting a great start off the exit of turn number 4, going to lead the field down into turn number 1. The 73 of Spencer settles into that second spot. We're side by side for third. Actually give that to Karch coming off the second corner down the back chute. Martin Karch into third spot. Bob Burlew rounding out the top 4. We go back up front with the 32 machine of Williams off the top of turn number 2. Gonna go for a ride with Williams cockpit view. We hit the flag stand here. We're gonna ride with Williams through turn number 1. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, a close battle for that top spot as the 73 of Spencer trying to keep that gap tight. They are nose to tail coming off of 4 with Williams edging them out. And we are back out to the full racetrack view here, ladies and gentlemen. It is still Williams out front. A good 3-car battle for the top spot. I tell you what, you could throw a blanket over those top 3 cars right now with Williams out front. Spencer, the fastest car on the racetrack in this group, a 15.794 from the 73 machine. Actually looks like that spot now belongs to Darren Clement in the 07 after starting deep in the field on heat race number 2. Clement with a 15.768. The fastest car on the racetrack in heat race number 2. The lead, however, still belongs to Williams. Looks like he's going to take the win. 6 of them up, 6 of them down. Williams with the top spot. Second position was the 73 of Eric Spencer, and Martin Karch rounding out the podium in third. Heat race number 3. Third and final heat race. Going to be rolling out onto the racetrack here in just a moment. So the Old Man Motorsports Legends Series at Texas Motor Speedway tonight, running the Legends Oval. An international night tonight. We've got 2 Canadians in the house with us this evening. We've got the damn Canadian, Mark Pownall, in the 12 car. We've also got Frenchie Ron Henry in the 75 machine tonight. Looks like both of those drivers going to be in this third heat race. Henry in the 75 out of Quebec. And Pownall going to be driving the 12 machine this evening, the Texaco-sponsored number 12 car. So for heat race number 3, we've got Philip Temples in the 19 car. On the inside of the front row, he's going to be alongside the 39 of Kyle Frame. Next row back, a guy that went 2 for 3 on Sunday night, Mr. Ronald Piles in the 68 car. Ronald Henry on the outside, and Mark Pownall rounding out the field. We go green off of 4. And immediately Temples to the top spot on the bottom of turns 1 and 2, but here comes Kyle Frame on the outside. Frame with a good run off the top of the second corner. Gonna try to make it a side-by-side battle for the top spot in the turn number 3. Don't count out the 68 of Ronald Piles. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, picked up the street stock feature win and the midget feature on Sunday Night Speed just 2 nights ago at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And Piles right now started third, sitting in third. Looks like he's about to have his hands full with the 75 of Ronald Henry. We're going to hop back to the battle for third, and indeed, Henry going to take the spot off of turn number 2. Henry storms into the third position. We jump back up front with the 19 of Temples. The fastest lap of the night now belongs to the second place car, Kyle Frame, a 15.498 second lap from the 39 machine. Right now running second in heat race number 3, trying to get around your leader, Philip Temples. We've got 5 laps in the book. Should be 6 done, and this may be the checkered flag right here. Temples one more time off of turn number 4. 6 laps in the book. And give the nod to the 19 car. We're going to come in one more time. I do believe we might be going 7 or 8 in this one. Into turn number 3 one more time. Actually, looks like that one was it. That was 6 laps complete, 7 laps complete. It was Temples with the win, Frame in second spot, and Henry rounding out the podium. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 3 heat races up. No cautions, some good close racing. Congratulations to the heat race winners in the Old Man Motorsports Legends Series tonight. 3 up and 3 down. We're going to turn them loose here for a little bit of pre-feature practice. And then we are going to have ourselves a full racetrack come feature time. 40 laps the distance for the Old Man Motorsports feature event this evening. And the quickest lap in heat race action went to the 39 of Kyle Frame, a 15.498 second effort. Second quick, 25 thousandths of a second behind was Ronald Henry Frenchie in the runner-up position tonight with a 15.522 second effort. And it looks like Frenchie going to improve on that. He's out there on the racetrack right now, a little pre-feature hot lap session, a 15.494 out of the 75 machine. Frenchie doing real good tonight here on the concrete. A little loose off of 4 there, but still 15.494. The top lap so far in pre-feature hot laps. I tell you what, the second quickest lap, 4 thousandths of a second off the pace. Kyle Frame in the 39 car. The top 5 cars less than 0.2 of a second away from one another. Brian Neff, your 5th fastest guy right now, 5th fastest driver on the racetrack, a 15.679, just 0.185 seconds off of the fastest lap set by Ronald Henry. Fourth place on the racetrack right now, 4th quick, I should say, Martin Karch in the 1 machine. He was your Patriot Graphics UMP modified feature winner back on Sunday night at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And Karch right now, 4th quick on the racetrack, a 15.632 second lap. A very versatile driver, competitive in all 3 races on Sunday evening, and sitting really close to the top of the leaderboards right now in pre-feature hot laps. A little bit of a practice group going on right now. And then we'll be getting ready for a 40-lap main event, 17 cars strong. A great turnout tonight for the Old Man Motorsports Legends Series here at Texas Motor Speedway. We are now on board with the 45 of Mr. Michael Massey. Off of turn number 2, right now 12th quick, a 16.008 second lap. I tell you what, 12th quick, and he's really only half a second away. And it looks like that's going to bring the pre-race practice session to a close. We're going to get ready for the grid here for our 40-lap main event. And what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get the guys lined up. They're going to line up through the iRacing server by time. And we're going to go with the results of the heat races. And once the green flag drops, you'll see the drivers shuffle their way around and get into the appropriate positions. And then we're going to turn them loose for 40 laps here on the Legends Oval at Texas Motor Speedway. Once again, 17 drivers entered into competition this evening. A great turnout for the Old Man Motorsports Legends cars. We'll give them just a second here. They'll all make their way to the racing surface. Once again, like I said, they will. The green flag will drop. The cars won't take off on the green. They will shuffle to their appropriate position according to their heat race results. All of this, by the way, coordinated in real time by Michael Massey. A great job, not only racing, but adminning the server here this evening. And actually, you know, this is his brainchild, the American Short Track Association, really his baby. And we really are appreciative of him allowing us to come alongside and broadcast these races for you. Y'all check out their Facebook page, American Short Track Association on Facebook. You can also check out their website, which is americanshorttrack.blogspot.com. Winner pictures, point standings, race results, all of that posted at americanshorttrack.blogspot.com. Once again, that's for the American Short Track Association. All of these groups fall under that umbrella. And we have a 17-car field of all A and B licensed drivers here this evening. That's why the racing is so close. But I'll tell you what, Sunday night we had licenses ranging from A-class drivers all the way down to rookie drivers, and everybody was competitive and clean. The racing was honestly some of the best in that street stock feature that I have seen all year, all season long. And I announce real races about 40 to 45 times a year. And that street stock race on Sunday night was one of the best I have seen, be it on an actual racetrack or on a simulated one all season. It was some good stuff. Looks like Rich Blake is going to start this thing on the inside of the front row. He'll be alongside the 32 of Jacob M. Williams. Brian Neff and Philip Temples make up row 2. Kyle Frame, Eric Spencer, row 3. Martin Karch, Christopher Hockley, row 4. Ronnie Henry and Rick Gibson, row number 5. Darren Clement and Ronald Piles, row 6. Michael Massey, Bob Burlew, row 7. Mark Pownall, Brian Beach, row 8. And Nicholas Wing all by his lonesome. We are green. 40 laps the distance. Here we go into turn number 1. It's Blake out to the early lead with Williams. Temples rounding out the top 3. And it looks like Temples has a look to the inside in turns 3 and 4. Going to get around Williams for that second spot. Blake leads lap number 1. Temples in second. Williams may get hung out to dry here on the outside of turns 1 and 2. Here comes Brian Neff on the inside to take over the third spot. The Winn-Dixie sponsored number 60 machine up to the podium right now. 2 laps complete. Working lap number 3 right now. Back down into turn number 1. It's still Blake out front, but right now he's got his hands full with Philip Temples, and Temples sneaks by on the inside of turn number 2. Here comes Neff again. Brian Neff going to follow suit, pick up the second spot, and it's Williams back to third. Or Blake, back to third. Williams in fourth. Temples still your leader, a 15.765, his best lap so far. Down the front boulevard into turn number 1. Looks like we're going to be closing up on Nicholas Wing. He's going to be the first car to possibly go a lap down here as we come back into turn number 4. Looks like Wing going to exit the speedway off the back chute. But Temple's still your leader. 7 laps complete that time by. Brian Neff still in second spot. Rich Blake still third. Fourth spot now belongs to the 39 of Kyle Frame, and Williams rounds out the top 5. One more lap in the books for your leader. Temples with a .544 second gap over second spot. The first 5 have started to really stretch themselves out across the field. Temples still out front. Neff in second spot. Blake is third. Kyle Frame and Jacob Williams round out the top 5. We'll drop back mid-pack here. We'll look at the 07 of Darren Clement right now running in ninth. He's got his hands full with Christopher Hockley there. Hockley rounding out the top 10. And he himself has his hands full with Mr. Rick Gibson. Pretty good dirt driver making his way out to the pavement surface this evening. Right now running in the 11th position. A good group of cars here running in the middle of the pack. Got some dirt drivers real close together. Double B, Brian Beach in 12th. And Ronald Piles, a man who went 2 for 3 on Sunday night. In 13th right now. We've got a yellow flag on the racetrack. Caution flag gonna come out. The iRacing.com pace car, the Ford Mustang, back on the racing surface. We'll get everybody slowed up behind them. Your top spot right now belongs to the 19 of Philip Temples. Second spot, Brian Neff. Then it's Kyle Frame in third. Rich Blake fourth. Jacob Williams rounds out the top five. Ronald Henry, all the Frenchie, all the way up to sixth position. Pace car still on the racetrack. Looks like we're going to double file. Pace car still on the racetrack. We are double file behind it right now, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to go green here in just a moment. "15 of the 40 laps scheduled are complete. Everybody going to line up 2 by 2. It'll be Temples on the inside, Neff to the outside, Kyle Frame in third spot, Rich Blake fourth, Jacob M. Williams rounds out the top 5. Ronald Henry in 6th, Martin Karch 7th, Eric Spencer 8th, Darren Clement 9th, and Christopher Hockley in the 14 car rounding out the top 10. We are back green off of turn number 4. A good, and problems for the third spot car. Kyle Frame with a terrible restart. Going to drop back 2 spots as both Rich Blake and Ronald Henry get back around. Back up front, it's still Temples by about a car and a half over the 60 machine. Brian Neff, only 0.2 of a second that time at the stripe. Make it 0.171 seconds. That is the gap right now from first to second. Temples down the backstretch once again into turn number 3. Trying to stretch it out just a little bit off of turn number 4. 19 laps complete, 21 to go. 0.383 that time at the stripe. It looks like Temple started to pull himself away a little bit from Brian Neff. Neff right now a strong second and a big gap back to Ronald Henry. Frenchie now 2 seconds off the leaders. Those top 2 cars have really started to pull away from the rest of the field, and we are now in lap traffic. The damn Canadian, Mark Pownall, going a lap down, and we are side by side for the top spot off of turn number 4. Brian Neff trying to crossover move, trying to get back down to the bottom of the racetrack, sideways off of turn number 4, going to give up some precious ground. Philip Temples now with a 0.335 second advantage off of turn number 1, into turn number 1. Going to complete lap number 21 this time around. 21 down, 19 to go. Temples still your leader. Those top 2 cars have really got themselves a tight and close battle. They are 1.5 seconds right now ahead of third spot. That is Frenchie, Ronald Henry out of Quebec, Canada, in the 75 machine. Meanwhile, our leaders are nose to tail coming into turn number 3. The 66 of Bob Burlew now going a lap down, bumper to bumper as we come off of turn number 4. 23 laps complete, 17 laps to go. Brian Neff trying everything he can to get around the 19 of Philip Temples, a 0.197 second advantage last time by at the line. A little bit bigger that time, 0.271 seconds, but Neff has a great run. Brian Neff making the bottom side of the racetrack work. I don't know if the car's going away for Philip, but it is easing its way out to the middle of the racetrack on the exit of the corners, and Brian Neff doing a really good job keeping that car cemented to the bottom of the racetrack. Literally bumper to bumper as they come off of turn number 2. Let's go right now for a ride with Brian Neff as we cross the stripe here. We'll go in. Oh, and your leader into the wall, and he grabs second spot just as we go cockpit view. Philip Temples and Brian Neff getting together, and that's going to give the lead to Frenchie. Ronald Henry out front now in the 75 car. With 27 laps complete and 13 to go, Ronald Henry takes over the top spot. Caution flag out. Caution flag out on the racetrack. You can see the replay now, ladies and gentlemen, at the live stream, raceontexas.com's YouTube page. looks like the 19 of Philip Temple's just getting loose off of turn number 4. And Brian Neff with nowhere to go. I tell you what, when you're running less than 2 seconds separated from one another, there's not a whole lot of time to react to get the car loaded up. I tell you what, a good run falling into the lap here of Mr. Ronald Henry.
Yeah,
no slouch on his own merit, but was a second and a half behind your top 2 cars, and he's going to inherit the lead with their departure. So Frenchie, out of Quebec, Canada, going to be taking the top spot in the 75 car. Rich Blake in second now in the 8. Rich, no slouch in his own right, led a lot of laps on Sunday Night Speed in the street stock feature. Unfortunately, getting up into the wall and unable to bring home the win. But I tell you what, Rich was impressive. Picked up a heat race win that night.
Green flag, green flag.
And looks like we are going back green here, ladies and gentlemen. This time off of turn number 4 with Henry out front, Blake in second, Williams in third, Karch is fourth, and Eric Spencer now rounding out the top 5. Rick Gibson, Brian Neff, Ronald Piles, and Christopher Hockley, as well as Kyle Frame, round out the top 10. Green flag off of turn number 4. Frenchie going to bring him into turn number 1. 32 laps complete, 8 laps to go. We are in the throttle off of turn number 2, down the back chute into 3. Frenchie leads them off of turn number 4. The Lone Star Texas Grill, sponsored number 75 machine out of Ottawa, Quebec, Canada. Frenchie back down the backstretch into turn number 3. Blake in second spot. The gap 0.582 seconds. Frenchie going to open up the taps on the old 75 machine here tonight. Let her eat in hopes to grab that all-important checkered flag. Pick up the dub here in the Old Man Motorsports Legend Series. Should be 35 complete and 5 to go. That time by at the stripe for the 75 machine of Ronald Frenchie Henry. Real-life kart racer. Pairing him up here tonight in the Old Man Motorsports Legends Series. Rich Blake in second right now. And he's got his hands full with your early race leader and I want to say outside pole setter Jacob Williams right now trying to run Blake down. I'll tell you what, Martin Karch kind of come out of nowhere. Is running a solid 4th right now. Everybody's still trying to chase down the 75 machine though. I think Frenchie going to have this one all but sewed up as we come to complete lap number 38 this time by. A 0.931 second gap over second spot. Make it 1.25 seconds. The distance between Ronald Henry and Rich Blake. Henry could be getting the white flag this time around. 39 of 40 in the books that time by. One more time down to the turn number 1. Into turn 3. That looks like it might be it there, ladies and gentlemen. That was 40. So Frenchie gonna park it in victory lane. We'll drag him over here into the press box real quick, get a real quick word with Mr. Ronald Henry, your winner tonight in the Old Man Motorsports Legends Series race at Texas Motor Speedway. Frenchie, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, man. A heck of a run there. I know you were running down those top 2 cars a little early on in the race. Temples and Neff had a good run going, and you were trying to catch those guys, but they take themselves out, and you end up with the lead, and you had about a 1.2 second lead towards the end of the race. The car looked like it was on a rail, man. How'd it feel?
Oh, man, it felt great. I mean, this is my favorite car, so I always kind of do pretty good in them when I'm not involved in an accident somehow. Started in 9th. I knew it was going to be tough, especially with no 3 wide going into 1 and 2. The guy in front of me just didn't go. I was being pushed, and I was trying to push the guy in front of me, so the outside went a little faster. So, I had to work my way back to 3rd, and by doing so, I put a little bit of abuse on my tires, and it was a little harder to catch them, but I think I was. and it was they gave it to me. I'll
Well,
take it.
absolutely. A win's a win, brother. You did a fantastic job tonight. Frenchie, who you want to thank on the race car?
Of course, the Lone Star Texas Grill restaurant based out of Ottawa, Canada. Great fajitas, best fajitas in the world. Also, my buddy Neff from the Can-Am racing team. We practice a lot together, and we challenge ourselves to be faster and faster. So yeah, I like. And also, you guys for doing the broadcast, and also everyone for showing up. 17 cars. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a heck of a field right there, Frenchie, and all of you great racers in your own right. I'm looking at the stats here for all of you. Nobody under a B class, so you really had to work tonight, and you got the job done. Congratulations once again, my friend.
All right, thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's the results up on the screen. Frenchie, Ronald Henry picking up the win tonight in the Old Man Motorsports Legends division here at Texas Motor Speedway. Thank you so much for joining us for this first race. Don't forget, we have got one more coming up this evening, and it is going to be Dave's Muskie Club Cup Series. The K&N Pro Chevrolet Impala going to be taking to the Texas Motor Speedway, the full-on oval here in just a few moments. We thank you for joining us here. RaceOnTexas.com's YouTube page, streaming the American Short Track Association Old Man Motorsports Legends Series tonight. Stay tuned. We'll have the K&N Pro Cup Chevrolet Impalas taking the full oval at Texas Motor Speedway in just a moment.